Europe, summer 1944. Over the fields of Normandy echoes a sound that makes even veterans freeze. A deep, vibrating thunder. No machine gun sounds like it. The Allies call it Deuce. The Germans, simply, hell made of steel. A single hit could tear an aircraft apart. A burst could stop an entire convoy. The sound of the 50 BMG, half thunder, half judgment. No other weapon inspired both awe and fear like it. It wasn't just a gun, it was a legend. Born in the First World War, baptized in the fire of the Second, and still immortal today. The Great War rages across Europe. Tanks roll over the trenches. Unstoppable, armored, deadly. Rifles bounce off their hulls. Machine guns barely scratch them. General John Pershing sees what's coming. If America wants to survive the wars of the future, it needs something new. Something that pierces metal like skin. John Moses Browning, a man already whispered about in every armory, receives the order. A craftsman, not a soldier, but one who knows exactly what armies need. He takes his trusted M1917 machine gun, strips it down to the last screw, and builds something entirely new. His idea. A cartridge twice the size of anything before it. 12.7 millimeters wide, nearly 50 grams heavy, fired with enough energy to tear through armor. But power brings problems. The barrels overheat, the mechanism breaks itself apart. Browning tests, fails, rebuilds, and tests again. He reinforces every part, polishes every bolt, improves the cooling. When the war ends, his weapon is almost ready. But nobody wants it. The world wants peace, not bigger bullets. Only Browning keeps believing. He is said to have told a friend, "A war might end, but human nature won't." He keeps working, quietly, relentlessly, with a small team of engineers and almost no funding. And in 1933, after more than a decade of refinement, he unveils it, the M2 Browning. Heavy, loud, indestructible. No longer an experiment, but a tool that works in any environment, desert, jungle, or snow. A machine built to outlast time itself. When Europe goes up in flames again in 1939, Browning's creation is ready. The US Army adopts it, and soon the M2 becomes the beating heart of its firepower. At first, some officers are skeptical. That changes quickly. They realize this weapon isn't just a gun, it's a battlefield advantage. In the skies, it hangs beneath the wings of the B-17 Flying Fortress. 6 per plane, each capable of tearing enemy fighters to pieces. Bomber crews call it their guardian angel made of steel. Inside those cramped aircraft, gunners feel the vibration in their chests, smell the oil, and hear the metallic click as each new round chambers. Many would later say the M2 saved their lives and haunted their dreams. German pilots reported hearing it before they saw it. One surviving Messerschmitt pilot wrote, "A rumbling crack, and then the air itself seemed to explode." On the ground, it's mounted on jeeps, half-tracks, and later on Sherman tanks. In Africa, Italy, Normandy, everywhere its distinctive rattle echoes. A single GI with a tripod and 80 pounds of steel could hold off entire platoons. It became the weapon that could do everything: anti-air, anti-vehicle, infantry support. Where other guns jammed or failed, the Browning kept firing. Through mud, sand, and snow alike. The Allies prepare for the decisive strike against Nazi Germany. Operation Overlord. In the bunkers along the Atlantic Wall, German MG-42 crews wait, ready to shred the invaders. But above them, Browning answers. On landing craft, on tanks, on aircraft. Thousands of barrels, thousands of shots, a storm of metal. The 50 Browning is everywhere. Its bullets punch through concrete, aircraft fuselages, engine blocks. A single hit can rip a fighter apart. Its precision and range make it the weapon of Allied dominance. When the first troops land on the beaches of Normandy, It's the Brownings on the ships that silence the coastal defenses and open the way. One commander later said, "Without the 50 BMG, Omaha would have been impossible." From that moment on, the M2 isn't just a gun. It's a symbol of American firepower. And it doesn't stay in Europe. In the Pacific, its thunder rolls again. From carrier decks, through jungles, and across the black volcanic sands of Iwo Jima, Japanese bunkers, kamikaze attacks, all crushed beneath its roar. The soldiers gave it a name, Deuce, half affection, half respect. Loud, temperamental, but utterly reliable. The war ends. But the Browning lives on. Korea, Vietnam, the Middle East. Wherever American soldiers go, its rhythmic hammer follows. In Korea, it guards frozen ridges at the 38th parallel, tearing through Soviet-made tanks. In Vietnam, it rides helicopters. Death from above. The enemy called it the Hammer of God. It changes little over the decades. Better sights, lighter mounts, minor tweaks. But the core design stays the same, a slab of steel, reliable under any sky. In the 1980s, it returns to war again, this time in the deserts of Kuwait. M2S destroy enemy convoys long before the Iraqis even see them. And in the 21st century, in Iraq, Afghanistan, and beyond, you can still hear it on the rooftops of US bases. In a world of drones and precision missiles, the Browning remains the voice of old war. It outlasted its successors. The M60, the M240, even early laser prototypes. None were as tough, none as feared. Its mechanism, simple, perfect. Short recoil, massive energy, and that unmistakable rhythm. Bang, bang, bang. Steady, deadly, unstoppable. Today it still serves in over 90 countries, with Marines, NATO forces, and even armies that captured it decades ago. A piece of history that refuses to die. They say no soldier ever forgets the sound of his first battle. For generations of warriors, that sound was the heartbeat of the M2 Browning. Born from fear, fed by war, forged from steel and blood. It isn't beautiful, it isn't elegant, but it always works. In the hands of men long gone, it remains what it has always been, the echo of a time. When firepower decided who lived and who didn't. And as long as wars are fought somewhere, someone will pull the charging handles, see the barrel glow, and know the legend still lives.